Every single morning, millions of Americans over 75 lace up their shoes, step outside, and walk. And they believe, truly believe, that walk is protecting their muscles, protecting their independence, protecting their future. But what if that walk is quietly doing the opposite? What if the one habit doctors told you was good enough is actually the reason your legs feel weaker every year, not because walking is bad, but because after a certain age, after 75, walking alone is simply not enough. And most people don't find out until it's too late, until they fall, until they can't get up from a chair without using their arms, until their doctor says the words no one wants to hear, "You've lost too much muscle, stay with me." Because what you're about to learn in the next few minutes could be the most important thing you do for your body this year. Here's something that doesn't get talked about enough. After the age of 60, your body starts losing muscle. Slowly at first, almost invisibly. You might notice your pants fit differently, or that your grip feels a little weaker when opening jars, or that climbing a flight of stairs leaves you more winded than it used to. That's not just aging. That's a condition called sarcopenia, the medical term for age-related muscle loss. And here's the terrifying part. After 75, sarcopenia can accelerate. Your body can lose up to 3 to 5% of muscle mass every single decade, and some research suggests even faster after 70. Without muscle, your bones have less protection, your joints wear down faster, your balance gets worse, your metabolism slows, and your risk of falling, the #1 cause of injury-related death in older adults, goes up dramatically. Now here's the part that might surprise you. Walking doesn't build muscle. Say that again. Walking does not build muscle. Walking maintains your cardiovascular health. It's wonderful for your heart, your circulation, your mood. But it does not send the signal your muscles need to grow, or even hold on to what you have. So if you've been walking every day, believing that's all your body needs, your muscles have been quietly shrinking. And the good news, this is 100% preventable. It is not your fault. No one told you. But today, that changes. Now, I want to be clear. This isn't opinion. This isn't fear-mongering. This is what the science actually says. Researchers at Harvard Medical School have studied sarcopenia for decades. The Journal of the American Medical Association has published studies showing that resistance-based movement, not walking, is what preserves muscle after 65. A landmark study from Tufts University followed adults over 70 who did light strength training just 2 days a week. Within 12 weeks, they didn't just stop losing muscle, they actually rebuilt strength they had lost years before. Think about that. Muscle you thought was gone came back. Dr. Miriam Nelson, one of the lead researchers, described older adults who came in frail and left strong. Adults in their 80s. Adults who had been told to just walk and take it easy. The body, even at 80 and 90, still wants to be strong. It just needs the right signal. And today, I'm going to show you the 5 most powerful things you can do, starting today, to give your muscles that signal. From least urgent to the one that could literally save your life. Here's what we're covering today. Number 5 is the simple protein mistake almost every senior makes at breakfast. Number 4 is the one 10-minute movement that rewires your muscles better than an hour of walking. Number 3 is a surprising connection between your sleep and your muscle that most doctors never mention. Number 2 is the balance exercise that one surgeon calls the single best predictor of how long you'll live. And number 1 is the most shocking truth about what's really robbing your independence, and the one daily habit that reverses it starting in week 1. Number 1 is something you're probably not doing. But once you hear it, you'll never look at your mornings the same way again. Let's get into it. But before we start, I want to ask you something. Right now, in the comments below, tell me your age and where you're watching from. Are you 65, 72, 80? Are you in Florida, Texas, California, or somewhere across the world? We have viewers in their 50s who are preparing for the future, and viewers in their 90s who are still fighting for their strength every day. I read the comments, and I want to know who's watching. Drop your age and your country right now. It takes 5 seconds, and it helps me make better videos for you. Okay, let's count down, starting at number 5. Picture this. Margaret is 76 years old. She lives in Phoenix. She walks 2 miles every morning. She takes her vitamins. She eats pretty healthy. But every 6 months, she notices her legs look a little thinner, her grip is weaker. And getting up from the couch takes just a little more effort than before. What's happening to Margaret? She's eating some protein. But she's eating it all wrong. Here's what research tells us. Your muscles need protein to repair and rebuild. That's basic. But most seniors don't know that timing matters just as much as amount. When you eat a big dinner with chicken or fish, which many Americans do, your body can only absorb and use about 25 to 30 grams of protein at one sitting for muscle building. The rest is stored or passed. And if breakfast is just toast and coffee, or a small bowl of oatmeal, your muscles go hours, sometimes 12 to 14 hours overnight plus morning, without the building blocks they need. Scientists call this protein anabolic resistance. Simply put, after 65, your muscles become less efficient at using protein. So you need more of it, and you need it spread across the day. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who spread protein evenly across 3 meals had significantly more muscle mass than those who ate the same total amount but mostly at dinner. Same total protein, completely different outcome. Here's why. Muscle protein synthesis, the process of building and repairing muscle, gets triggered by protein. But it has a ceiling. You can't stack all your protein in one meal and expect your body to use it all. Think of it like watering a plant. You can't dump a week's worth of water in one day and expect it to thrive. A little, consistently, is what works. So here's what to do, starting tomorrow morning. Add protein to your breakfast. Real protein, 2 eggs. Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, a small piece of smoked salmon. Aim for at least 20 to 25 grams at breakfast. Then again at lunch, then dinner. Spread it out. And if you're over 70, aim for at least 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. That's roughly 0.6 grams per pound. For a 150-pound person, that's about 90 grams a day spread across 3 meals. You don't need to count every gram. You just need to be intentional. Start with breakfast. That one change alone can begin to slow the muscle loss you've been experiencing. But protein is just the foundation. Because here's the thing, your body won't use that protein to build muscle unless you give it a reason to. And number 4 is the 10-minute movement that does exactly that. It's not what you think, and it's easier than you'd ever imagine. Number 4, what if I told you there's a type of movement that sends a stronger signal to your muscles in 10 minutes than an hour of walking does in 60? Would you do it? Most people say yes. Then they hear the words resistance training and think barbells, gyms, sweat, injury. But that's not what this is. Resistance training simply means working your muscles against some form of load. That load could be a dumbbell. It could be a resistance band. It could be your own body weight. When you perform a movement that challenges your muscle, a sit-to stand from your chair, a wall push-up, a slow step up, your muscle fibers experience tiny, safe microscopic stress. Your body responds by sending repair signals. Growth hormones activate. Protein gets directed to that muscle. And over days and weeks, the muscle gets stronger. That is the signal walking never sends. A study from McMaster University showed that resistance training just 2 to 3 times per week in adults over 65 not only stopped muscle loss, it reversed it. Participants gained functional strength, improved balance, and reported significantly less pain in their joints. The researchers noted that it was never too late. Not at 75, not at 80, not at 85. Here's the beautiful science behind this. Your muscle has satellite cells, repair cells that sit dormant until they receive a mechanical signal. Resistance training wakes them up. They rush to the stressed muscle fiber. They repair it. They reinforce it. They make it bigger and stronger. Walking doesn't activate satellite cells. Resistance does. So here's your starting point, the chair workout that takes 10 minutes. No equipment, no gym, just your living room chair. Move 1. Sit to stand. Sit in your chair, stand up slowly, sit back down slowly. Do this 10 times. Move 2. Wall push-up. Stand arm's length from a wall, press your hands flat, bend your elbows, lean toward the wall, push back. 10 times. Move 3. Standing calf raises. Hold the back of your chair, rise up on your toes slowly, come back down. 10 times, 3 moves. 10 minutes, 3 times a week. That's your starting point, and it works. You don't need to be an athlete. You don't need to feel pain. The movements should feel like gentle effort, not strain. If you can hold a conversation while doing them, that's perfect. Now here's something that most fitness experts and even most doctors overlook. There's something happening every night while you sleep that either builds your muscles or destroys them. Number 3 is the sleep secret that changes everything. Number 3. You could eat perfect protein. You could do your resistance exercises faithfully and still lose muscle. How, if your sleep is broken? And for many seniors, it is your body is quietly undoing everything you built during the day. Here's what happens while you sleep. Deep sleep, the kind you get in the first few hours of the night, is when your body releases growth hormone. Growth hormone is the repair signal. It tells your muscles to rebuild. It activates all those satellite cells we talked about. It stitches back the fibers you stressed during exercise. Without deep sleep, growth hormone drops, and your muscle repair process stalls. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that sleep-deprived adults lost significantly more muscle mass even when eating adequate protein and exercising regularly. The muscles weren't recovering because the body never entered the repair state. After 65, growth hormone naturally declines anyway. Poor sleep accelerates that decline dramatically. Think of sleep as your body's muscle-building factory. During the day, exercise and protein are the orders you place. Sleep is when the factory actually builds the product. If the factory shuts down early or runs inefficiently, the orders don't get fulfilled. You wake up with muscles that are just a little worse than yesterday. Every night, night after night, until the deficit becomes noticeable. Here's how to protect your muscle-building sleep. Keep a consistent sleep time, go to bed and wake up at the same hour, even on weekends. This stabilizes your circadian rhythm and deepens your slow-wave sleep. Keep your room cool, around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Cool body temperature signals the brain to release more growth hormone. Avoid eating within 2 hours of bedtime, because insulin spikes from late-night eating suppress growth hormone release. And limit alcohol in the evening. Even one drink disrupts your deep sleep architecture. These aren't difficult changes, but they make a profound difference in what your body does while you rest. If you already struggle with sleep, you're not alone. Over 50% of adults over 65 report sleep difficulties. Talk to your doctor if sleep is a chronic problem. There are safe, effective strategies, including behavioral ones, that don't require medication. You deserve good sleep. Your muscles depend on it. Now we're getting to the ones that really matter. Number 2 involves something so simple that a surgeon started measuring it in his patients to predict how long they would live. And the results were stunning. Number 2, a Brazilian surgeon named Dr. Claudio Guilherme gave his patients a simple test in his office. He asked them to stand on one leg for 10 seconds, eyes open, no holding anything. The patients who couldn't do it were 84% more likely to die within the next 10 years. Read that again, 84%, from a 10-second test. Balance is not just a physical skill. It is a direct window into your neuromuscular health, how well your brain, nerves, and muscles are communicating. When that communication breaks down, balance deteriorates, falls become more likely. And falls, for adults over 75, are one of the leading causes of death. 1 in 4 Americans over 65 falls each year. Every 11 seconds, an older adult is treated in an emergency room for a fall. Every 19 minutes, one dies. Those aren't statistics to scare you. They are reasons to act now. Dr. Araujo's study, published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine, followed over 1,700 middle-aged and older adults for more than a decade. Balance ability was one of the single strongest predictors of survival, stronger than blood pressure, stronger than cholesterol, even stronger than aerobic fitness in some analyses. Because balance reflects the whole system. The muscles, the nervous system, the core, the reflexes, all of it. When you stand on one leg, your ankle, knee, hip, and core muscles all activate simultaneously. Your vestibular system, the balance center in your inner ear, fires. Your brain processes feedback from your feet and joints thousands of times per second. It's a full body, full brain exercise in a single position. And like muscle, balance responds to training. It improves when you practice. Here's your daily balance routine. It takes less than 5 minutes. Hold the back of a chair with one hand, or fingertips only. Lift one foot slightly off the floor, hold for 10 seconds. Switch sides, repeat 3 times each. As you get stronger, try with no hands, then try with eyes closed. Each progression builds a deeper layer of neuromuscular control. Then walk in a straight line, placing the heel of one foot directly in front of the toes of the other. Like walking a tightrope, but safe and slow. 10 steps forward, turn carefully, 10 steps back. Do this every day, not once a week, every day. Because balance training, like any skill, needs repetition. If you can barely balance for 3 seconds right now, that's okay. That's exactly why you're here. 3 seconds becomes 5, 5 becomes 10. Progress happens faster than you expect. And every second you improve on that single leg stand is a second you're adding to your independence. Now, we've arrived at number 1. And I want you to pay close attention, because this one is different. This isn't about a food. It isn't about one exercise. It's about something happening inside your body that quietly controls all the others. Something that most doctors never test for. Something that, when fixed, makes protein work better, makes exercise more effective, and makes sleep more restorative. Number 1 is the most important thing you'll hear today. There was a man named Harold, 78 years old. Retired engineer. Sharp mind. He did everything right. He walked every day. He ate salmon and eggs. He went to bed at 10 p.m. And yet every year he felt weaker, more tired, less sharp. His doctor ran the usual tests: heart, blood pressure, cholesterol. Everything looked fine, but Harold didn't feel fine. It wasn't until a different doctor ordered one additional test, a test most physicians don't routinely check in older men, that they found the answer. Harold's testosterone was critically low. Not just a little lower than average, critically low. Testosterone is not just a male hormone. Women have it too, in smaller amounts, and it matters for both sexes. In men, testosterone peaks in the 20s and declines about 1% per year after 30. By 75 or 80, many men have testosterone levels 40 to 60% lower than they did at 40. In women, hormonal changes after menopause also affect testosterone, as well as estrogen, which plays a key role in muscle preservation and bone density. But here's what makes this the most important point in this entire video. Testosterone is the master signal for muscle building. It is what tells your body to hold on to muscle. It is what makes resistance training work. It is what helps protein get directed to muscle fibers rather than stored as fat. Without it, nothing works as well. Your walks don't convert to fitness. Your protein doesn't convert to muscle. Your sleep doesn't produce enough growth hormone. Everything downstream suffers. A major study published in the New England Journal of Medicine showed that older men with low testosterone who received treatment experienced significant gains in muscle mass, strength, bone density, and even cognitive function, including memory and spatial reasoning. Another study from the University of California found that low testosterone in older adults was associated with dramatically increased risk of falls, frailty, and early death. And critically, researchers found that lifestyle interventions can naturally raise testosterone in older adults, without medication, through specific daily choices. Here's the mechanism most people never learn. Muscle cells have testosterone receptors. When testosterone binds to those receptors after you exercise, it triggers muscle protein synthesis, the building process. Without testosterone, the signal is weak. You exercise, you eat protein, but the receptor is barely activated. It's like pressing a doorbell with a dead battery. You're pressing it, nothing happens. Testosterone is what charges the battery. Here's how you can naturally support healthy testosterone levels at any age. First, lift a little heavier. Resistance training is the single strongest natural trigger for testosterone. And compound movements, movements that use multiple muscle groups, work best. Sit-to stands, step-ups, squats holding a chair. The more muscles involved, the stronger the hormonal signal. Second, prioritize zinc and vitamin D. Zinc is essential for testosterone production. Find it in pumpkin seeds, beef, chickpeas, and shellfish. Vitamin D is synthesized in sunlight and found in fatty fish and fortified foods. And low vitamin D is one of the strongest predictors of low testosterone in older men and women. Get a simple blood test if your vitamin D is low, and it likely is if you live above the 37th parallel, supplementation may be warranted. Talk to your doctor. Third, reduce chronic stress. Cortisol, the stress hormone, directly suppresses testosterone. Meditation, prayer, gentle breathing, nature walks. This is not optional. It is critical. Fourth, Limit processed sugar and alcohol. Both spike insulin and convert testosterone into estrogen through a process called aromatization. Every processed meal is not just bad for your heart, it's directly lowering the hormone that keeps your muscles alive. And fifth, ask your doctor to check your testosterone levels. This is the most important step. Get the number. If it's low, there are options. Natural approaches first, medical options if needed. But you cannot fix what you don't measure. I want you to hear this clearly. Low testosterone is not weakness. It is not failure. It is biology. It is what happens to human beings as they age in a world full of stress, processed food, and sedentary habits. You didn't cause it, but you can address it. Harold, the man I told you about, within 6 months of working with his new doctor, adjusting his diet, starting resistance training, and supplementing vitamin D, he was stronger at 79 than he had been at 74. He told his doctor, "I feel like myself again." That is possible for you too. Let's bring it all together. 5 things, 5 changes, each one powerful on its own, but together, they work like a system. Number 5, spread your protein across 3 meals. Feed your muscles throughout the day, not just at dinner. Number 4, add 10 minutes of resistance movement, 3 times a week. Chair stands, wall push-ups, calf raises. Those simple moves send the signal your muscles have been waiting for. Number 3, protect your sleep like your life depends on it, because your muscles literally rebuild while you rest. Cool room, consistent schedule, no late alcohol. Number 2, practice balance every single day. 1 leg stance, heel chudo walks. It's the skill that predicts how long you live, and it improves at any age. And number 1, get your hormone levels checked. Specifically testosterone and vitamin D, because without those signals, everything else works at half strength. These 5 things together. This is not a fitness plan, this is a longevity plan. I want to leave you with something important. The science of aging has changed. For generations, people were told that getting weaker was inevitable, that frailty was just what happened, that you should slow down and take it easy. That advice, however well-meaning, was wrong. The research is clear now. Your muscles respond to stimulus at 70, at 80, at 90. Your brain grows new connections when you challenge your balance. Your hormones can be supported through lifestyle. Your body is not giving up on you. The only question is whether you're giving your body the signals it needs. Walking is not enough, but walking plus what you learned today. That is a powerful combination. That is what adds years to your life, and life to your years. You are not too old. You are not too far gone. The best version of your physical self in this decade of life is still available to you, starting today. Before you go, I have 2 quick requests. First, if anything in this video resonated with you, if you've been walking every day and wondering why you're still feeling weaker, hit that subscribe button right now. Every week on Ever Strong, we bring you research-backed, honest information designed specifically for adults over 55. No fluff. No selling, just science you can use. Second, I want to hear from you in the comments. Tell me, what was the most surprising thing you learned today? Was it the protein timing, the testosterone connection, the balance test? Drop it below. I read every comment. And your response helps me make the next video even better for you. And if you know someone, a friend, a spouse, a sibling, who is walking every day believing that's enough, share this video with them. It might be the most important thing you do for someone you love this week. One final thought before I let you go. Every day you wake up is a day you get to make a choice. A choice about what you eat for breakfast. A choice about whether you do 10 chair stands. A choice about what time you go to sleep. Those choices seem small, they feel invisible, but they are building your future one day at a time. The seniors who stay strong into their 80s and 90s, who live independently, who travel, who hold their grandchildren, they didn't stumble into that life. They chose it, in small moments, every day. That can be you. I'll see you in the next video. Stay strong, ever strong.